Welcome to Washington County Community College's presentation of the Child Profile Project. This video will show an overview of a child profile and provide information concerning expectations and requirements for building your own child profile project for ECE Class 230. Your child profile will have several sections. The first section is the cover sheet. So you can see on the cover sheet that there's some information that is required. You should have a title and your name and date. Going on to the next section is the permission letter. And be sure to get permission from the parents of the child that you choose and have them sign this permission letter and include it in your profile. Okay, moving on to section 2. Tell a little bit about your child. And I'm saying your child in quotes. Tell their age, their gender, relationship to you. Is the child one of a group in your field placement? And by all means, use pictures, but only with permission. And as you can see, this is Ting. And there's a little bit of a description of Ting and who she is in her group of friends in family child care. Then the next 5 sections actually will be divided according to developmental domains. I would like you to use the 5 domain categories from your text, Creative Resources. The first one is physical development, the second one is language and communication, then cognitive development, social development, and emotional development. I'm actually going to use social development as an example of the section and the parts that go with it. All right, so the next page in your developmental section, you should include social developmental milestones for the age range of the child that you have chosen. I actually listed from the developmental milestone chart in the Creative Resources text. You also will be expected to show a minimum of 2 completed observations. This is what they call a running record. And it was written by the family child care provider who did this profile of Ting. And I will include in your handouts on resources a form to fill out this type of observation. The next one, this is actually a sample of Ting's art. In the observation, it talked about Ting making this drawing. So please, by all means, use artifacts, use samples of art to include in your profile. All right, the next example of a running record, and as you can see at the top of the page, there are places to put in some data information. The next page shows another example of an observation, and this one is a little different. It's called an anecdotal. We'll talk about that in class, so we'll save discussions for discussion board. So now Lori has completed 3 observations, and the next expectation is to choose a curriculum activity. This came from our text, which is Creative Resources. You can create your own activity, but the text does a really good job of sorting activities according to the different domains. I picked the shape game because I noticed from Lori's observations that Ting was primarily still engaged in parallel play. She was showing some signs of playing cooperatively. The shape game gives Ting a chance to practice cooperative play with other children and sharing personal space. Once you have chosen your activity, going to the next page, you will summarize your observations. What milestones did you notice your child working on? And then talk about the activity and how it supports the child's development based on your observations and explain why the activity is developmentally appropriate. So that is what is expected for each one of the sections that highlight the developmental domains and observations for each. Then there will be another section that includes choosing at least one of your curriculum activities and for you to carry out with your child and other children if available. In that section, you will also write a reaction paper. It will be a minimum of 2 pages, typed double-spaced as expected, and you will be expected to summarize how your project went, how it was received, did it go as planned, any surprises, how did the children or child respond, and then finally talk about how this assignment has helped your understanding of planning curriculum for infants and toddlers. What was the most valuable experience for you? We will definitely talk more about that as we go farther into the semester. Okay, that's it. Thank you. And remember, questions, please ask them on discussion board. If you have a question, probably somebody else does too. So it's an opportunity for everybody to get some answers. Thank you.